Hi, Aries. Welcome to your early April 2023 tarot update. It's Raina here. Happy birthday to those of you who are having a birthday through the middle of the month. And I'll just extend it to all Aries people because it's nice. It's a nice thing to have your birthday month. Okay, and I'm picking a card from the Star Codes Astral Oracle. And you get the moon, and this is, I'm recording this on the full moon in Libra, your opposite sign, so that's pretty synchronistic as well. Okay, well, let's begin. Let me get situated here. The heart of the matter is the Temperance card. This card connects with Sagittarius. So there may be somebody of that sign that you are dealing with in a pretty important way at this time. This is a card that speaks about as above, so below. So there's this element of marrying the spiritual and the material, like not neglecting one for the other. And that's what that kind of, if you want to call it balance, is. You could say it from that perspective. But something could be going on that is making you do that. And, also this idea, to me, I'm like thinking of alchemy when I'm looking at the pouring of that water. And I don't know if that would even be relevant, but that came into my mind. So even if it's like self-improvement, something that you're trying to do for yourself, might be featured here. Oh yeah, like letting go of a bad habit, because temperance can be that sense of sobriety to me. And sometimes people choose during their solar return, I'm sure they choose during that time to work on these things because it's a time when they feel very empowered, maybe. I mean, I'm not saying that I've done some kind of survey, but it would make sense that that would be the time that you would do it. But certainly, like, including the spiritual into your everyday life. In the past position, we have the King of Pentacles, and this is very much concerned with the material energy. And this can even be that the person has attained a certain level of wealth, and now they can put their attention on more of the spiritual things in life because they don't have to just focus on that. They have this aspect to themselves that has already been fulfilled in that way. Obviously, this is not going to be the case of every single Aries person, but for those that this resonates, that maybe you are of retirement age, and I'm not talking about 67, I'm talking about maybe you are 57 or 52, and you have decided that, you can retire for whatever reason, that there's a reason that you can retire, and you have other pursuits that you want to go after. Like, and basically freedom is what is driving you. And so because of that, that can lead to, new adventures. The higher message is the Five of Swords, which can mean that there's a possibility that there's someone, or I would even say more than one person, who may not be in your corner. Secret enemies, it reminds me of, I don't know if this card is actually representing secret enemies. It seems to me that it does, at least in part. And the moon that I got here, now this is for the astrology, but in the tarot, the moon card can indicate that there is some kind of deception going on, and so can the five of swords can be like someone talking behind your back, um, and whatever. I was going to say slandering you, but even if the person is saying things that they have experienced with you, it's not really necessarily honest communication, because they may be painting a picture of you that you are this, that, or the other thing. Even if you everything they say about you is correct, they may be smiling to your face and acting like they have this high opinion of you, and then they're tearing you down behind your back. Now, how does that relate to those other two cards? Well, if there is something going on in your life, and that's another thing too, this is an important thing, because you're going to have a lunar eclipse in Scorpio on May 5th that will be going through your 8th house of other people's resources. So it is possible that some of you are dealing with something like an inheritance issue, or it could even be, if it's in the workplace, some kind of money that you are expecting, or that you feel that you deserve, that other people have that you don't have. And again, they could be saying something to your face and making it look good, and then behind your back they could be saying something else. Because I always think of the Five of Swords as co-workers. That's my own, whenever I look at that card, I think of people who are co-workers and who are really kind of conspiring against the person sometimes. But in any case, it could be family members. It's just, it can run the gamut. And the King of Pentacles can be this financial individual. Now, this person could be like the boss of where you work. This person could be a father. Kings can be fathers. Now, if this is the person who has passed away, their money is what is being fought over, or his money is being what's fought over. And the key with Temperance is that you're not going to any extreme, because Aries loves a good fight, right? And Aries people, they can really bring it. But, it might be too much, where you are, even if you are in the right and you just feel this sense of like, how dare they do this, you still have to take it down a notch so that you can look like the bigger person. Because otherwise, if you jump into the drama of it, it could end up complicating matters. So let me put this to the side. What crosses you is the Seven of Wands. Now, this is atypical for Aries, but there are some Aries people, I'm talking about sun sign Aries, who have Mars in Pisces, or maybe you have the moon in Pisces, Venus in Pisces, or possibly Cancer. I'm trying to think of a sign that would, or Libra, where you're trying to be a peacemaker and you end up getting walked all over. This is about not having proper, this isn't really, that would be more of the Nine of Wands. The Seven of Wands is about not standing up for yourself. And really, it's difficult to talk about this because people get the wrong idea. I'm not talking about being aggressive. I just mean that the person believes that they have the right to their own way of doing things, their own ideas, and sometimes these things get obscured because of people who are trying to really control you. So it's not that they're really trying to understand you better. They're trying to control you. And when they can't do that, that's when they really get more insulting or controlling and what have you. So you have to be able to, it's not about being defensive, but simply, I don't know how to say this without sounding like hippy dippy new agey, but like being in your energy, meaning that you create this force field around you when you are standing in your truth, standing in your integrity, your sense of self. Aries is the first sign, and it's rules the house of the self. So the self is a big theme with Aries. But some Aries people, because of past trauma and other negative experiences, can some Aries people, like anyone else, can doubt their own power and maybe feel like they don't have the ability to stand up for themselves without getting angry, without looking insecure. And it really, that's why I say a force field. It's really just consistently, letting people know where you stand. And with Scorpio, I was going to say too, if you have a prominent Scorpio, like the moon in Scorpio, for instance, or Scorpio rising, you may be like, I don't want to let people know where I stand because I want to keep them guessing, and then I will, feel powerful. No, it doesn't really work that way, because in the meantime, while you're being all mysterious or secretive, that other person may be trying to really run you down, and you are you might have a poker face, but you're still not communicating to them, what you're about and what you're willing to tolerate. What is coming in is the Ten of Wands. So if this was a situation at work, you may be feeling the sense of a great burden at work. You may be working long hours. So it's possible that the Temperance card has to do with you trying to find your happy medium. Because Aries people, I could totally see you working long hours and wanting the money. But you have to be able to balance your life, or else the Ten of Wands can be that you get burnt out if you're not careful. So it's interesting. It's really definitely synchronicity that we have as the outcome card the Four of Swords, which is a card of rejuvenation, some sort of, maybe you're going on a retreat, maybe you're just taking a mental health break or some medical leave. I don't know if they have things. That's why I said mental health break, where it doesn't have to be like a physical condition that you have, but it makes you want to just, you need some time off. But there can be about recharging your batteries. Okay. And why is that? Because you may have not been balanced. And this full moon that I'm recording this on is in Libra, and that's about balance. But how many people really make that a priority for themselves? Probably not that many. Now we have the moon card, and what they say here is perception. Now I like this better if they're talking about like intuition or something like that. I like the word perception because otherwise it makes it sound so woo-woo, like it's something that is extrasensory perception when when you don't even have to be extrasensory. It's just about really tuning into something at a deep level. Looking at the issue of the full moon in Libra, this can bring the issue of a harmony to the forefront, or and that means like between people. And it could be this sense, even with the Five of Swords, it could be the sense, Aries, that you may have a tendency to maybe be very aggressive in the workplace. If the Five of Swords sometimes can be an empty victory, which means that maybe you got a promotion, but you were very aggressive in doing so. And that kind of sent shockwaves in the office place because other people felt like uh, they were being compared to you. Sometimes these things happen and the individual doesn't even realize that that was kind of a chain reaction. So look at when, if you feel like you do not have harmony with certain people in the workplace, look to how you've behaved and see if you may have been so in pursuit of becoming the King of Pentacles. And if you were in a position of authority, this might be especially true if those beneath you felt that you were, taking liberties in some way, and just be able to appreciate how you could have done things differently. Not to say that someone else didn't drop the ball. Maybe other people likewise were not doing what they should have been doing. But the bottom line is that we can alter our behavior at any point, not just when it's convenient. And that's what a true perception is to see that sometimes we get off track, and we can put ourselves back on track when we see ourselves as the captain of our own ship. And no matter what else is going around us, we don't have to act like we are victims of fate, or that we don't have anything that we can do on our end. We can always do things. So that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated, Aries. If you would like a private reading, I have been promoting my double readings. One of them does have a full-length tarot reading, but the other one, these are like package deals, and one of them is like a double astrology reading, an hour of natal chart analysis and an hour of transits for the next 12 months, called my deep dive reading. And these readings are specially priced because you're buying two. So I think it's like the equivalent of buying one and getting the other one half price or something. And then the other one is the whole enchilada, which is the natal chart analysis with the full-length tarot reading. And I have standalone readings as well. You can find out more information at the link below. I'm at rainandmoonastrology.com. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.